Do you know what a Herman Miller is? A Herman Miller is it's a brand of chair that are apparently very, very ergonomically safe. They have a massive reputation of being the best chair for your back of all time. No question, not even any competition anywhere. Their designs are apparently goated with the sauce, it would seem. They have this massive reputation, and the only time I've actually ever heard of them, apart from the thing I'm going to be talking about, is a YouTuber called General Sam made a video talking about how he wanted a mid-century lounger and ottoman. This is his dream chair. That chair does make a middle-class man look like he is running Amazon, because it is drippy. Is it $2,000 drippy? Nah. These chairs are designed for people who work at a desk all the time, like a video editor, or someone who works in an office. But there's something about the Herman Miller brand that's got a little spicy all of a sudden. You see, apparently their sales last year were not too good. They are actually set back a fair amount. So people's jobs were out. There was one innocent, pure-blooded soul who asked a simple question to their CEO in a meeting. Are we going to get bonuses this year? Because I'm worried about my livelihood, and I'd like to know so that I might financially make plans to compensate for the lack of income. The CEO didn't really like that.
We stay motivated if we're not going to get a bonus. What can we do? What can we do? Some of them were nice and some of them were not so nice. So I'm going to address this head on. The most important thing we can do right now is focus on the things that we can control. None of us could have predicted COVID. None of us could have predicted supply chain. None of us could have predicted bank failures. But what we can do.
These are all problems that are very, very reasonable to be upset about, and it's something that is out of everyone's control, and it obviously lends to why they're behind in sales this year. It's because there's just been less money flowing in the economy. Governments have had to pay millions in unemployment charges, so obviously sales and things like this are going to go down. So I can understand the stress, but it's just what comes after is completely unnecessary.
In front of our customers, provide the best customer service we can, get our orders out our door, treat each other well, be kind, be respectful. Focus on the future because it will be bright. It's not good to be in the situation we're in today, but we're not going to be here forever. It is going to get better.
That's an absolutely goated and positive message. She's letting us all know that although times are tough, things will get better, and we support you. It'd be so hard to find a flaw in what she said so far. There is a little bit of underlining tension to her words, but she's then being that apparently some people were not so kind.
Don't ask about what are we going to do if we don't get a bonus. Get the damn $26 million. Spend your time and your effort thinking about the $26 million we need and not thinking about what you're going to do if we don't get a bonus.
Now, this is the tone shift I was talking about, right? She's absolutely going bonkers. She's not actually too happy with the situation she's in. She used to tell people that they're not going to get their bonuses. Also, she doesn't have to be such a snarky little cow about it. She's expressly saying that they don't need to be spending their energy looking to see if they can actually provide for their family by asking for possible bonuses, but instead to actually be looking into making sure that the business is safe. Because that's what matters to these people, right? The fact that the business is safe and not their families.
Can I get some commitment for that? I would appreciate that. I had an old boss who said to me one time, you can visit Pity City, but you can't live there. So people, leave Pity City. Let's get it done. Thank you.
It's just me. There's her absolute jaw clench up there, and she's like proper goblin mode, trying to hold back that furious rage that's burning inside.
Have a great day.
Have a great day. Dude, she actually feels like a villain talking in this scenario. I'd like to just say, as devil's advocate, she's probably under a fair lot of stress. This business is probably having the biggest hardship it's ever had in its, conception. So she's worried that it's going to go, she's probably just worried that the ship's going to fall down and so she's probably just worried that she's going to have to go down with the ship. And it's very, reasonable to be angry. But when you're in a position of leadership, it's not really an option to lash out at your staff. At least, not when you record your meetings. Being in the position where you're not able to pay your staff's bonuses is an awkward one to be in for sure. I can understand her being stressed and upset with having to tell these people that they're not going to get the money that they were expecting, but to please hang on because the company's in a tight spot and it needs you to pull together. Those words would have been lovely to say if she had said them. And it also stings a little bit more when it's revealed that she actually took home nearly 5 million in compensation in 2022. Now, this is actually quite interesting because if you look in this article here, it also says, and if you look right here, you'll actually notice that part of this was a 1.1 million salary bonus and other stock options that are an undisclosed number in terms of their worth. That's a little hypocritical, just a tad, to go ranting and raving at these staff members and then to take in a 25th of what the company has lost in the lowest year it's ever had. It's insanely hypocritical. And she's asking the staff to look for the money when really part of it is in her pocket. It's interesting to know that this year it's undisclosed what any of their bonuses are going to be like, right? And she actually doesn't have all the answers because she's not the super big top dog. As a CEO, she can't just decide each individual, what their payout is going to be for the end of the year, because that is actually up to the company board and other elements of the situation. It is crazy that she is able to get away with something like this and still keep her job, because she's absolutely being childish here, right? She is being quite the Karen, some might say, a word I don't particularly like. Now, to be fair, I'm not going to criticize her a ludicrous amount because she's in a stressful situation. We do stupid things, right? The only thing is that she's in a position of power, so she can't do those stupid things to people lower in the organization to her. It's called hitting up, and you can't hit down. Unfortunately, that is the standard. It is crazy that she goes bonker monkey mode though. Like, she is insanely passive aggressive to her staff and sounds like a female Joker at times when she is saying, "You can't stay in Pity City." I just did a Joker impression. That's so fucking cringe.